All right, so we are live. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, good evening. Hello, everybody. Good
Hi.
evening. Good evening. Yes, yes. Welcome to yet another beautiful session with the girls in Tech Facilitators, where we get to meet our facilitators and also get to ask them questions and get to meet them, get to really learn from their journey basically. So if you're joining us, please, you are in for a ride. And first off, I have to say apologies for us starting this about 5 minutes late. We had some technical issues at the back end, so my apologies for that. So we have two beautiful queens here with us, and the others are going to be joining us as we move on. Okay, so I'm going to rush into this immediately. This is an hour program, so we're already a few minutes down already. So I'm going to jump into it, and we are going to start immediately. So once again, thank you so much, ladies, for joining us. I'm sure your students are waiting so much eagerly to learn from your stories. All right, with me here, I have Miss Chingwe and also Miss Victory. And like I said, others will be joining us as we move on. All right, let's start with you, Miss Chingwe. Can you tell us more about yourself? Can you introduce yourself to us? Let's get to officially meet you.
Okay. I hope you all can hear me well. Can you hear me? Am I audible? Am I
We can
audible?
hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yes,
So my
yes,
name
yes, very
is
well.
Chinwe. My name is Chinwe Domitila Aiba, as you can see on the screen. Um, I am a graduate of Nnamdi Azikiwe University. I studied human anatomy. So I will I say I am from a medical background. So I entered into tech last year. I ventured into it fully this year, yes. So that's cybersecurity. So let's just say we are still transitioning into tech, fully into tech.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. It's beautiful meeting you. I'm sure there's still some sweet stories. Like my people will say, some Jara that you add to your story, but we are going to get to that as we move on. Hi,
Yeah.
Snow. Snow, are you here with us? Hi, Snow Black. Are you here with us? Okay, so Snow is going to be our moderator. So while we are waiting for her to set up, let's just go around and meet our beautiful facilitators in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are here, please turn on your videos now. Let's see your beautiful faces now. Eh? All right, Victory, are you here? Can we get to meet you?
Good evening.
Hi, good evening. Do you mind turning
Good
on your
evening, ma. Good evening,
video?
everyone. Yeah,
Good
yeah.
evening. So, can you introduce yourself to us?
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Victory Chukuma. So yeah, I'm interning as a health analyst in Ministry of Health. I finished from Leeds City University. I studied public health. So yeah, I'm still fully. They can't say we're fully transitioning to tech, like Chinwe said earlier. Um, but then data analytics have really helped me a lot from school till now. So yeah, I'm excited to share my story.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mom. We're lucky to have you in our midst. Thank you. So while we are still waiting for our moderator, let me just keep it on. So hi, Miss NK. Hello. So funny enough, both of us just jumped out from a class right now. All right, you can see she's sweating. I'm sweating. Hi, Miss NK. Do you mind introducing yourself too? to us.
Hi, Fakotamachi. Hi, everyone. How are we all doing?
Hi.
Miss Victory
We are
is my
good.
teacher. Oh.
Hi, NK. It's nice to see you.
Okay, I'm happy to be here, surrounded by tech queens, intellectual tech queens. My name is Miss Nkiru Nkume. I studied English and Literary Studies at the University of Nigeria in Nsukka. Currently, I'm working as a teacher in Holy Child Preparatory School. So I'm trying to reshuffle between teaching English and also teaching and learning tech at the same time.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Enke. All right.
Fakota
I
March,
think
is
so.
there something else you would like to know?
No. We are getting to it. We are just starting. Just a this is just a brief introduction. Just getting to know your name. So actually, you can also tell us the courses you are teaching for us, right? Okay, let me quickly voice it out,
Okay.
especially for Snow. Hi, Snow. If you're here, please can you turn on your video so we get to see you? So Chinwe handles cybersecurity. She is our cybersecurity assistant. We met Rachel. Sorry, we met Precious. I think 2 weeks ago. So Chinwe here is also her assistant in the cybersecurity cohort. We have Victory, who is in our data analytics. We have Ikechukwu, who is in our graphic design, same also as Miss NK. So these are the beautiful facilitators we have in this cohort or in this part at the moment. As we keep moving, you are going to be meeting a lot of your other facilitators, and you're going to learn from their stories. I mean, that is what we are all about, getting to motivate ourselves, sharing our story so that you know that if we can do it, you can do it. So thank you so much. Hi, Snow. I'm handing it over to you. Hello. Bye, ladies. I'm in the
Hi
background.
everyone.
Thank you.
Hi everyone. I'm Snow Black. I'm going to be the moderator today. Nice meeting you. So I guess everyone has introduced themselves. Can you hear me? Am I audible?
Yes, you are. You are.
Okay, thank you. Like I said, I'm Snow Black, and it's nice to meet all of you talented tech ladies. We will have. I'll come for classes so you teach me. You know. Miss Ikechukwu, can you please do us the honors? First off, can you all please do us the honors to open up your cameras so we can see your pretty and beautiful faces? Miss Ikechukwu and Miss Victory and Mr. Ikechukwu, sorry, and Miss Victory. Can you please open up your cameras? Mr. Ikechukwu, are you with us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, permission, please. I'm not in a good environment for now, so
Okay,
that's
no
why.
problem. Can you please give us a brief introduction of yourself? Can we meet you, please?
Okay, my name is Ebere Kepiku. So I'm a graphic designer, and I started it since 2022, and it has been a great journey, and that's it from me.
Okay, nice to meet you all. So Miss Chinwe, can you tell us what inspired you to pursue a career in your field?
Okay. Up until the beginning of last year, I doubted if I ever wanted to have anything to do with tech. I had one of my friend that is into tech presently. Started when he was in school, early 100 level, 200 level. And he once told me that, Chinwe, try tech. I was like, nothing, nothing. There's nothing that concerns me and tech. I want to pursue after my first degree. I want to come back for medicine. I want to go back for medicine or for nursing. So I want to pursue a career straight up in the medical field. So um he tried to talk. I was like, nothing, nothing. Leave tech are for some persons. Up until last year, late last year, I started getting interested. Like I first heard the word cybersecurity. Okay, I've been hearing about cybersecurity, but I think the word made sense. The word cybersecurity made sense to me ending of last year. And I was like, wow, I can still have something to do with cybersecurity, even with the medical field. So I think I started getting amazed by the way they hack. I'll hear that they hacked this site, this one happened, that one happened, and everything got me interested. So that was what pushed me to pursue a career in cybersecurity, and knowing the fact that I can still match cybersecurity and the health sector together. So that's it.
Okay, so far, how are you enjoying working in the tech space?
Um, Personally, I'm still transitioning. I've not placed my leg fully. My leg have not hit the ground fully, but so far so good. It's been rigorous. It's been rigorous. I'm still training presently and interning at once. So being in the training and being trained and now training another set of persons is very, very stressful and rigorous. Coming from a medical background without any um tech background at all, it's actually rigorous for me and very stressful because my brain is taking in new things that I've never heard before. It's saying, what is this? What is this one? So it's not been a smooth journey altogether, but that's it.
Okay,
We're
thank you so
getting
much for
there.
sharing. You surely get there. Nothing good comes easy, as it's been said.
Yeah.
Everything that is good is always hard, most times. Not every time, Sha, but most times it's always hard. Miss Victory, can we hear what inspired you to get into tech?
Okay. For me, I think I got inspired by, funny enough, from final year project, because we had to use, like, data analytics in our final year project. So learning from there, I figured that it was a lot broader than I expected, and I just wanted to. And then I got my opportunity with Girls in Tech. So since then, I've been really, really keen on data analytics, and I like moving it into the health field. So using data analytics in the health field just literally just makes everything like a dream come true. So that's how it was for me.
Sorry, what part of health are you inclined with?
Oh, that's yeah, research and statistics.
Oh,
There's a department in the ministry. Yes.
okay. Miss NK, can we hear what inspired you into tech, please?
Okay. So I once worked in a, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So I once worked in a real estate company, and then a new HR came in, and he reshuffled the staff. So he asked me what skill I have to elevate the company, and I told him, well, I'm a content creator, I write, I do this. And he was not like, which other skill apart from writing do you have? And it's dawned on me that I don't have any other skill apart from writing. So because of that, I was relieved. Yes, you know. So they
That's
dropped
kind of
me.
sad.
They dropped me, and I was like, okay, see you after finishing studying in UNA, see your life. You don't even have any skill. And again, there's this graphic designer. He also inspired me. Yeah, he worked in our company. So as the content creator, I will provide the content while this particular guy will transform those texts into very appealing images and design. So the way he will interpret it, like the guy is excellently good. So seeing such impact, you know, made me to delve into tech because I'm really this kind of person that I like to acquire skill. I like to learn. I like to have new things, up my brain. So that was actually what inspired me to,
That that's a
to
good
tech,
inspirational
to
story.
graphic design in particular. Okay,
Okay,
you're
that's
welcome.
that's beautiful. Mr. Ikechukwu, please can we hear your inspirational story? Please inspire us.
All right. My own path is quite, should I say, different. But right from childhood, I've always been fascinated by the power of visual communication. And I actually got inspired by my mentor, uh, which whenever I see his designs, like it used to be like it used to be wonderful, like it used to be good. So I grabbed um, that inspiration and I said to myself personally that I would love to be doing something like this. Like I would love to actually create text, images, just to pass information to the public. And after that, I actually reached out to the man, and that was it. I started the class, and here I am. And I'm also happy for the journey so far. Uh, that's it. That's it from me.
Okay. Now that you all have inspired us, thank you for your inspirational stories and thank you for bringing to the limelight what brought you all into tech. So now let's get down to the business of the day. Since we've all met each other now, let's get to the business of the day. First off, this is turning to a very, very serious gathering, but this is not normally how serious it normally is. So I want all of you to just take a breather, chill, relax. We are gisting. No pressure. It's not an interview. No pressure, please. I want to see all of you smiling and whatnot. Let's bring that out. So we'll make the environment friendly for your students that are watching you. Let them know that they can approach you, that you are approachable. So everybody should do like this. I'm smiling for Jesus. Okay, so first off, thank you all so much for sharing your inspirational story. I'm inspired. You will not ask me what brought me into tech. Okay, it's because I'm speaking too much grammar. That's why it's proving one. But no problem. No problem. Since people don't want to ask me, no problem. I'll keep asking you. I'll keep asking you.
Yeah, would like to
So
hear from you.
you like to hear from me? No, you did not
Yeah,
ask me
yeah,
since
what
that's
part of the
far.
story?
I'm,
All right,
I'm not I'm not into tech. I'm
let
just
me
here
on to
to
that.
speak English.
Okay, okay, keep chatting.
I'm just here to speak English. I'm not into tech. Hey, don't mind me. Anyways, first off, by the books, I'm a medical biochemist. That's by the book. So that's that we went to learn in school that all of us are not using. Ehe. I'm a medical biochemist, but I'm a UI UX designer. And it's like I used to be a web developer one time like that. I'm actually I don't know what happened. Well, I got into tech like normally I've always been fascinated with computers. I loved computers right from a very tender age. So I always had needs to do something in a computer. So I was the go-to person whenever they wanted to do anything computer, Excel, Microsoft, whatever. I was always the go-to person at home, in school. Even when we were in final year, ha, they used me in that school, God. Anyways, they did not pay me, but it's Nigeria school. It's fine. It's all right. We are doing well. They used the life out of me. They turned me to IT personnel. That's free of charge. But it's well. It's all good. Tech is it's nice, it's entertaining, it's sweet, it's everything, but more. I like to talk more. Like that's why I'm doing this right now. I prefer to talk. I see all of you are smiling. That's good. So first off, Miss NK, what skill set do you think would boost learning your course? What skill set do you think a person should have while engaging in your course?
Well, learning graphics is broad. It's like language. Language is broad. You can you can fit in anywhere. So for you to you can just have any skill. You can just have any skill like you now. You said you studied biochemist. You can always use your knowledge of biology. You can always transform that knowledge into pictures, and it will be more appealing to your audience because people are actually moved by what they see much more than what they hear. So that's what graphics is all about.
So you're saying that me being a biochemist now, I can what can I move? I can picture chemicals and use it to design. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, now.
Hey,
Yes, because
how is that possible, please? I would like to know. Because this wait, let me see if I can even remember anything from the days I was going to school. Let me see. All those chemical figures, configurations, and charts. How am I supposed to design that? Because that's been what I remember is it used to be plenty H and O and C that you join together with line. So so let me
okay
understand
now
how I'm supposed to transform that to graphics, please.
someone like me, I don't have the knowledge of biochemist chemistry. So if you're talking about it, it will sound very vague to me. But because you
Mhm.
have the knowledge already, because it's already existing, you can easily transform it into pictures. You can easily create atomic, those things you people create. I don't know
What
them.
is those things?
So but having that knowledge, will give you an edge over someone that does not have it at all.
True.
So you can with whatever skill you have, you can always use it to, you can always bring it into graphics.
Okay, so she's
In fact, if
inspiring
you
me
go
now
to
to go and
Instagram
learn
now, you see
graphics.
doctors, in fact, Instagram is all about graphics, and most of them, they are from different walks of lives. And we are watching them. Why are we watching them? Because it's graphics. They are using graphics. We are drawn to their products because they are using graphics. So I hope, I hope I've been able to convince you without confusing you.
What if I say you have confused me now? And what if I say you have been able to confuse me instead of to convince me? Why? Okay, so
You say what?
Miss Enke, I said, what if I say you have been able to convince and confuse me instead of to convince me? So
No, 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 no. This is what we
in
see
your own
every day.
terms, in your own terms, I would want you
Mm.
to define graphic designs in your own terms, nothing generic. In your own terms, in your from your own perspective. Yes, here, what is graphic design from your own perspective?
From my own perspective, it has to do with just transforming anything into visual representation, just transforming whatever that comes to your mind, whatever that comes to your head, turning them into pictures, what the eyes can see. That's what graphics is all about.
So right now I'm thinking about, what am I thinking about? Bananas. I'm thinking about bananas. So you're saying
Exactly.
from your own perspective now, you're saying that these bananas I'm thinking about, I can
Mm.
turn it into graphics. How? Please explain.
Oh, you're thinking about banana. Yes, you can turn it
Mm-hmm.
graphics. You can use the when we want to cook jollof rice, we have ingredients we use to cook it.
Mm-hmm.
So you use graphic tools to embellish your banana and turn it, make it much
What
more
are some of
appealing.
these tools? What are some of these tools that I would need to bring this my banana that I'm thinking about into a design?
Okay, okay. We have the Photoshop. You can use the Photoshop to to create very appealing visuals and other ones, but I'm only focused on Photoshop. So with the tools in Photoshop, you can always, you can make something that appears to be insignificant, it gives you that should I use the word opportunity, or that go ahead to use the tools to manipulate whatever you want to manipulate, into something that is very catchy to the eyes. So that banana you're
Okay.
talking about now, someone may not
Mm-hmm.
really like a banana, but because looking at the way you arrange it, you use some filters to make it more alluring. And after creating it and designing, you see people will be more moved to buy the designed banana than the one that was not designed.
Okay, so now if I design this banana that I'm thinking about now, I can sell it and make money. Good point. That's the point I wanted to hear. Because nowadays
Okay.
I like money. I like to make money. So now that you have moved me to what will give me money, I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. Thank you
Okay,
for
I like
sharing
money
that.
too.
Thank you for sharing that. Mr. Ikechukwu, can you tell us some skills and tools that we could use while designing, like for a starter, an upcomer, someone that just delved into graphics design? What are the key skills he's supposed to possess? Like, when you enter something new, some people come without any skill. What are the skills they are meant to tone, to nurture, to become great graphic designers?
All right. Let me start by saying that graphic design, it's not actually easy the way it seems, right? And there's no skill that's easy, right? So for the upcomers or for the newbies in graphics, what I advise is to follow any design blog and website. Okay, so on Facebook, you can actually join some design communities or some design graphic design groups, right? So you get inspiration from there. Seeing so many designs and like seeing so many posts, design posts, you could actually get some inspiration from there, and also try to attend conferences, like maybe you in your location, right? You might actually have someone or know any person that actually knows where something like a program is actually like going on. Okay, maybe there is this graphic design webinar or graphic design program or any tech program at all. So to attend that program is actually also essential as a newbie, as an upcomer, because you get to meet with your fellow peers or your fellow graphic designer and share ideas together. Okay, something you don't know, they can actually put you through, or they can still show you how to actually do that, right? And should I say, okay, I've mentioned the online resources. So experiment with new tools and technologies. Now we have Photoshop, right, which is a platform for graphic design. We also have CorelDRAW, we have InDesign, we have Illustrator, right? So it depends on the one in which you are you want to design with. Okay. Now I do mine with CorelDRAW. Okay. So CorelDRAW is actually made for um, should I say for vector graphics. So vector graphics includes uh, should I logos, and you can still use it to create beautiful flyers, right? So playing with the tools around CorelDRAW, like the the shape tool, okay, and we have different kinds of shape. We have multiple shape tools. So playing around with it, like drawing out so many shapes, try to manipulate those shapes would actually give you some ideas, right, to want to learn more. Okay, so joining online platforms like Facebook groups, and also following some other great Facebook graphic designers would actually go a long way for upcomers.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing that. So basically, you're saying networking helps in turning and streamlining your advantages in learning new things and skills.
Yeah,
All right, thank you so much. Um, Miss Victory, you're a data analyst. What does it entail to become a data analyst? Like from your story, from your story on how you started, you had to make up your mind and delve into the unknown. So, how was it like for you? How did you scale through that? What were the skills you garnered to be able to pass through that phase and improve your learning abilities?
Um, for me, it was like the most important skill I know that yes, all data analysts use, even if you're health data analyst, sales, football, anyone, that would be Excel. Excel is very key in data analysis. Excel. So what I just did was basically focusing my goal and everything into knowing the in and out on how Excel works. Then before like delving out, because the mistake I made earlier was trying to understand everything, Excel, SQL, Python, all at the same time. So at the point I got confused, like what and what was going on. So when I found out that most of them still basically still brings you down to Excel, so I started from the basics. So starting with Excel, then moving upward. So that's how I feel like a ladder that you just have to climb little by little. If you rush into it, it would, just weigh you down, and then you get too overwhelmed about everything.
Okay. So basically, you're saying if one puts like attention towards Excel, they would be able to scale a little bit faster and the hassle is going to be lesser, right?
Yes, because if you don't know like the codings in data analytics, if you don't know Power BI, if you don't know SQL, but you know Excel, it's easier because Excel is it links to Power BI. There's a function like Power Query in Excel. We also use it in Power BI. So learning your Excel to the advanced level, then going into Power BI is easier for you to be able to, you know, run through it, and then it will basically be like a revision for you. That's how it feels. So knowing the what you call it formulas on Excel, bringing them into Python. So it's like a stage moving upward, going from non-coding to coding, but everything is still scratched down to the functions and then how Excel works. So knowing only Excel, you can call yourself a data analyst. Knowing how to use Excel, knowing how to visualize, how to interact before moving into the coding, distinguishing advanced.
Okay, so our cybersecurity expert now, what are the tools we need or the skill sets we actually do need to delve into cybersecurity?
I'm still learning, so I cannot
We
call
are all still learning.
myself
That
an
is the
expert.
truth.
Yes.
In tech, you
So
continue learning. You just always keep learning. But for this gathering, you are our expert, so we take
uh
your name like that.
okay. So in fact, one thing I have come to understand about cybersecurity is you must be open to learning. When I was in school, I don't really read that much. In fact, I'm not the kind of person that read. I don't even like reading. I get tired reading. But as I ventured into cybersecurity, okay, first of all, one thing you need in cybersecurity is the passion. Okay, you need to be very, very passionate about cybersecurity. If you're not passionate, you will fall out in the long run. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, okay, good. You will actually fall out in the long run because cybersecurity is rigorous from what from my little journey so far is rigorous, and it will need you to be open to learning. Okay, you need to be open to learning. If you're not open to learning or if you don't like reading, I'll just look for another thing to do because cybersecurity is not just for you. Okay, it's when I entered cybersecurity that I I discovered the reading part of me. I didn't know that I can read for long without breaks. Okay, so that's just the thing. And you need to be very, very, you need to be, you need to be, you need to be, you need to be able to think deep. When you talk about critical thinking, you need to think because you see things, you will see similar things, and you be like, okay, what are we now looking for? What is the thing here? But the answer is looking at you there. Look at me. So you need to be able to think wide, you need to be able to think deep. And another thing too is time management. For someone that is transiting into cybersecurity, obviously you have other things that you are doing. Okay. You have some people might be working, going to school. Me, okay, I just finished my national service. So I combined with my with cyber security. I combined going to work with learning it. So you need to be very, very keen on time management. Is very, very, very necessary. Okay, so that's another thing. Then secondly, okay, thirdly, this is the third thing I'm saying now. You need to be focused. Cybersecurity needs people that are very focused. You cannot be here and you cannot be there. If you're in is either you're in cybersecurity or you're not in cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is not a side hustle. That's one thing I've come to know. It's not a side hustle at all.
It's a
You
full-time
need to
gig.
be on your toes. Yes, you need to be on your toes 247. Okay, I even forgot to say too. Another thing that inspired me to pursue cyber security is the money. Okay, yeah, I like money. Oh,
We all
when
like money. We all like money.
Okay, I have to turn on my video for this because I laugh so loud.
We all like money. Is our number one inspiration. Don't mind all these things that we are saying.
So when I got to know that, okay, the medical field is not will not give you as much money as cyber security. I'm passionate about the medical field. Okay, let's leave the money aside, but I'm passionate. So, but the medical field cannot give you as much money as cyber security now. Let's be honest.
It will not, my dears. It will not.
So I was like, okay, let me put the two together. Let me focus on cyber security, but I can deal with it in the health part, in the medical sector too. So that's another thing too. Transiting is not easy at all. I would say it's not easy. You need to have a large heart. And let me tell you a story. Sorry, I hope I'm not taking much of the time because me, I love telling stories a lot.
Let's
Recently,
hear
I
your
tried
story, please.
learning
We are
how to.
interested.
Recently, I tried learning. When I was a child, I always wished to ride a bicycle, to learn how to ride. I was so scared of getting injured then. So that's why I never tried to ride the bicycle my dad bought for us. I didn't even try to learn because I was so scared of getting injured. So recently, just last week or so, yeah, this week, early this week, one of our staffs here, he brought his bicycle. I was like, wow, let me learn. Let me learn this thing. It took more than, we were two, me and one of my colleagues, we were two that was like, let me drive, let me ride. So the other person didn't even take up to 20 minutes and she mastered it. I took more than an hour, if not close to 2 hours, trying to. They'll say, be focused, look straight, look straight. They're looking at the pedals, look straight. And I'm like, I'm looking straight. They're like, no, you're focusing on the pedals. They're looking straight, but your mind is on the pedals. I'm like, no, are you not seeing my face? Are you not seeing my eyes? It's straight. You're like, if you're able to focus, then you'll be able to ride it. Remove your mind from the pedals and focus on the road. Honestly speaking, when I was learning, in my mind, I was focused on the road. But funny enough, it was the pedals that I was actually focused on. It was when I now got the grip of it, when I was now able to start pedaling, and oh my god, I was like, wow. So they stayed focused on the road and I was focusing on the pedals. I was able to understand what they are trying to say. Focus on the road. So cybersecurity needs a whole lot of focus. Remove distractions. Another thing is, don't measure your journey. Transiting from a medical background is not, you cannot compare yourself with someone that studied computer science. If they're saying A, the person is grabbing the A immediately. Look at me that don't have any background. You that is coming from a medical field that don't have any background of tech or anything. You cannot compare yourself. So don't compare your journey. Never. Don't even try it. Let other people's journey be a motivation for you to strive, not for you to feel less of yourself. So the other girl that learned how to ride the bicycle under in less than 30 minutes, I noticed that she was not scared at all. But one of the things that made me not to ride on time, to learn, to get a grasp of it on time, was because of the fear I had growing up. I almost fell in fact, I fell into the gutter learning it. but I was not injured. Okay, I entered the gutter. But I was not injured. So don't feel intimidated. Instead, strive to be a better version of yourself every single day. That's the thing. Try to get. Another thing too, I forgot to say it. Network. No man is an island in cybersecurity. You cannot be an island because there are many, many, many things to learn. There are many, many, many things to learn. That's why I'm grateful for foundations like Girls in Tech and other foundations that made these things free and available. In cybersecurity, if you just start on your own, you will misfire because there are a lot of things. It's very, very broad. You need to learn. You need to have a foundation that possibly you are learning with, or you need to have a mentor that will mentor you through the path, someone that is very experienced in the field, should actually know what you need and what you don't need, at least for someone starting. How will someone that don't have a knowledge of anything think about encryption? Okay, I want to learn how to encrypt. What do you want to encrypt? Or what do you want to hack? Or you want to what? No, now. At least you need to start from what is cybersecurity. You need to start from networking and other things. So sorry for taking lots of our time.
It's fine. It's really fine. We enjoyed your story because it gives us an insight into what is actually important and what is not. Most people, when they tend to get into tech world, they feel like it's a breeze. They just have to make it fast and it will stick. So your story sort of tells us how you have to actually be willing to put in the work to get to where you want to be. So it's perfectly fine. Can you share with us a project that you are particularly proud of for the time frame you've been into cybersecurity? What is a project you've actually accomplished that you're particularly proud of?
Okay. Um, I'm still training. I'll just say is my personal project, the project that I was given to my personal project, and I was so excited when I saw my score. I think the project took place around will I say this is July? I think around May or June. I think around May or June. So when I was given the project, I was very scared. I was like, what is this? That's for the foundation and I'm training with. So I was like, which kind of project is this one? I don't understand. I had to reach out to one of my friends. I had to reach out to one of my friends. That's why I said networking is very, very important too. Hey God. If you don't network, you'll be alone. I had to reach out to one of you'll be alone because you meet many things that you've never heard of or you've never met before. So I was asked to analyze the impact of DHCP pool on network performance using packet tracer. So when I finished the project, ah, I was and I submitted and I scored 90. Ah, I was on top of the world. I I told whoever cared to listen that I scored 90. I scored 90. I scored 90. Can you do this? I scored 90. So that's just the thing. I'm still learning. I'm still learning. So probably by next year I'll have something broader, something more interesting, and many other things to talk about. So
So
that's
from
it.
your own point of view, what tool do you think you cannot do without while dealing with cybersecurity?
Tool, when I say tool or knowledge, there's a knowledge that you can never run away from, which is networking. Like, you need to be able to know networking a whole lot. When I when I started training, networking was, in fact, it was very, very difficult for me to grasp. And when it was time to choose our career path, I was asking one of my friends, please tell me a career path that I can choose that does not have to
That
do
does
with
not have
networking.
networking.
So I was asking my friend, tell me, I need to know. I don't have strength for networking. I don't even understand what they are trying to talk about. I don't even understand what they are talking about in networking. Please. My friend was like, no, there's no career path in cyber security that you don't need networking. So you need to have um, a full grasp of networking for you to, at least that's the basic knowledge you're supposed to have in cybersecurity. So I would advise anyone that wants to venture or that wants to start a path or is trying to navigate his path in cybersecurity that is misfiring, the person should hold networking and understand it fully, grasp it fully before you possibly. I think that's a very good standpoint. You can learn it and possibly before you register for any platform that will teach you. I think it will be really, really go a long way. So that's it. I wish I knew this thing on time because, but all everything is still fine. So that's the thing.
Okay, thank you
So
so much for enlightening us. Miss Victory, can you share with us a project that you have accomplished that you're particularly proud of and why you are proud of that project?
Okay. Like I said earlier, I'm a intern, or let's say core member here in the Ministry of Health in Abeokuta. So recently this year, I was given like my first project to do, to analyze. Like my supervisor just gave it to me, and I was like, I have never done project for anyone apart from maybe I'm just like briefly just playing around with data or assignments given. So that was like my first project without any assistance, and then we were meant to present it to the Commissioner of Health. So it was a lot for me at that point. But when I just sat down and I was like, okay, let me just fit in what I have learned and what I have practiced and all. So I just did it. I brought it out in PowerPoint. I sent it to him, and he was like, wow. Even me, I was doubting what was there because it's also different from what I have learned. They use sales data to teach me analysis, but I'm doing health for the first time, and I'm like, and then for sales data, the rows are always more than the column. But this one, the column was reaching, if not, it was just going down. I was so confused. Am I doing the right thing? Is this what? But when I presented, it was like, wow, we did not expect this, and now, and now. That's how we prepared that presentation. We presented it to the commissioner. I was there in the meeting. I was like that's still till now. I still feel like no, there's nothing. Data analytics is just like there's this joy that comes with it. So being able to no, that's like my proudest.
You were feeling yourself, you were like, yeah, I did that.
No,
That's all
it
me.
was a lot. It was a lot. Like even when I spoke to my brother was like, "I told you," because going into data, I was like, "I don't know, Jare. Let me just." It was like I should just do it. It's something that, and I like numbers, so it's just like seeing numbers playing around. That's how I see data. It's really really fun. It's like a game to me. That's how I introduce data to anyone. It's just like a game. Just figure it out, and you enjoy it.
So,
That's all.
how do you ensure the accuracy and reliability of your data?
Okay, so like when you're visualizing your data, before you bring it out in the chart, looking at the maybe the little table, the pivot table you brought out, you can literally just see how you want them to interpret this. Looking at you want to make sure your data don't have any error. If I should figure out an error in the pivot table, I'm going back to my main data to trace it out, even if the column or row are a lot. I will look for where that thing is coming from because it has to be. So when you're interpreting your data out, when they're looking at the chart, it won't be like, okay, how did you miss this? So it's like it takes a lot of time, yeah, but when you just sit down and you one on one, you and your laptop, you figure it out. The you When you give it all your all, then you go back cleansing all those things, coming back to it, and then yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Mr. Ikechukwu, how do you stay updated with the latest trends in design? Because I know every day there are new trends, things are changing, and you have to go with the flow. More appealing designs are coming on. How do you stay on trend with this?
All right. Like I said before, networking it's also kind of like essential in graphic design, right? So staying updated in those trends, because I do follow so many graphic designers, both on LinkedIn, on Facebook, and also on Instagram. Okay, so I get to see new designs and new materials and new backgrounds, right, to actually work with. So that's where I get so many updates. And also, there's this online platform where you can actually get so many resources, right, for graphic designing. And one of which is Pinterest, and another one is Prepic. So I do visit those platforms every day, right, every day to uh, get updated in graphics. So that's it.
Okay, can you share a project you're particularly proud of and why you're proud of that project?
The project still proud of till today that I did was a new month design flyer for a tea company. I did a design while I was still coming up, when I was still learning, and you know, like when you're still coming up, trying to design is actually not that easy. But in my own case, I was actually given that project to work on, and I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start from. So then I remembered what my mentor always say. He say, as a graphic designer, always work with online resources. Okay, always work with Google, right? And when you're given a project, do something that is in line with the name of the company that actually assigned that project to you. Okay, so since I'm trying to work with a tea company and to create a new moon design for them, a new moon greeting for them, I need to like create something that is in line with the company. Okay, that's actually portraying what the company do, right? So I now went to Google and now said, now search for tea backgrounds. Okay, so then I now saw this background that has a kettle that is pouring tea on a cup. So then I picked that image, which is the background, and I now went and created used it to create a design for the company. And I also work with text. Okay, in graphics, text and font is also very very important. How you actually place your text. Okay, how presentable your text is, which is the font. So I look for this font, though I've forgotten the name, but though my favorite font is Roboto. So, but I didn't work with Roboto then. I just looked for this nice font and created the design, the flyer, and worked with the logo. The logo was having a touch of green. I also added some green text, green font to my design, and that was it. So the most amazing part of what I did was how I actually managed to clone the logo of that company on the kettle, which is the background of the image, sorry, of the design. And everything was looking so appealing and like so beautiful, right? So when I sent it to the people, though I was working with Capacity Bay. I'm still working with Capacity Bay. When I sent it and they saw it, they sent it to our boss. Actually, like he was amazed and they asked who did this design. They now said it's Mr. Ikechukwu Ebere. He now had to call me that wow, your design is looking good. And that was where how everything started like working out well for me, working out good for me in my graphic design journey. Until now, like I'm still amazed in that project. So that's it.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge you faced so far in graphics design and how did you overcome it?
Okay. The biggest challenge still facing is should I say the biggest challenge, okay, is how to like, should I say, not to make mistakes in the like in my text, right? So most time I would want to rush and just like kind of do this fast, and I'll miss a letter in the text that should be there. I'll miss a letter, then I'll now have to send that designer across. Then they'll now like, please correct this, change this name. You made a mistake here. So like how I managed to correct that was that like I need to be relaxed. I need to calm down whenever I'm designing. Like I need to calm down, cross check what I've already designed, right? Look at the spellings one after another to make sure they are correct, right? And uh by the grace of God, I went through that, and that was it.
That's really nice to know. So, in your own opinion, from your own point of view, what or let me just say this: how you are a graphics designer, so obviously it's designers have blocks. Like sometimes you have creative blocks where you design something and it doesn't just seem appealing to you. You are not pleased with it. How do you overcome creative block? How do you walk your way around that?
Okay. My own is that whenever I create something that's not appealing, right, I just have to just turn off my laptop, turn off everything, and just rest. I go back and digest. Even while walking, like walking, while doing anything, I'll still be like remembering, like be thinking, be memorizing how to come up with a best solution to that. Okay, so I might be trying to design something now and it's not actually going well. Why? Because of the pressure I'm using. Like I just want this to be fine, but it will end up not appealing. So what I have to do then at that instance is to give myself some time to digest things. So I just stop designing at the moment, refrain, go back and rest. Then I imagine, okay, if I add this to this, how why don't I just change the way I place this image or the location of this image to this place? Okay, change the font, change the font to maybe a different font. Okay, or I should just actually add something that would make this design to stand out, right? If I actually do that, it doesn't work, then I go online. Okay, so online I go to Facebook, then I just go through those groups, the one of the design group into, and then I will see so many designs, so many beautiful designs. Then I get inspiration from there. Okay, so the kind of inspiration I get from there is maybe I see something, like I see a material that this person used that made that design beautiful. Right, I go back and recreate it or transform it to like how it will suit the design at that moment, and it will actually come out well for me. Okay, so the key point here is just whenever you're facing difficulty in trying to design or in trying to come up with a beautiful design, you just have to give yourself some time to rest. Just block it at that moment, stop doing it at that moment, go back and calm yourself down, memorize it, think about, like, just think about it and memorize it. If that does not work, you go online and search for resources. So that's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Ikechukwu. So let me just put this question out there. Looking back to the Ikechukwu that was going to venture into graphics design from not knowing graphics design, what is one advice you would have given to yourself?
Okay, one advice I would have given to myself before now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one advice I would have given to myself is peer pressure, the pressure, right? So seeing other people creating so many beautiful designs and seeing yourself like, will I be capable of doing this? Can I do this? And maybe from there you now start having doubts. It happened to me, right? I used to see so many designs, and what a friend of mine actually do, and like he used to create so many beautiful designs, whatever. Like, and he doesn't even spend time when you start designing. You just need to use 30 minutes and he'll design something that is very, very beautiful. And me, I'll spend hours, 2 hours, 3 hours trying to get that same thing. Then I won't just get it. Then I'll just like kind of feel low of myself and just. But actually overcome it, right? I did. So, but I shouldn't have allowed that to make me to have low esteem. Okay, so don't be pressurized by anyone. Don't be pressurized. Do things the way it works for you. So it's not how fast but how well, right? So I came to understand and realize that it's not how fast but how well. Even till now and up till now, I take time. I still take time in trying to come up with a beautiful design, right? And whenever you're taking time to come up with something, or whenever something seems like not actually fast, right? You don't have to panic. You don't really need to panic. That's how your own is. That's your own thing. That's your own way. So everyone has their own way. So that's the advice I have for myself, not to be pressured by anyone.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Mr. Ikechukwu. Miss Victory. Um, how can a beginner build like a strong portfolio in data analysis?
What I'll say is just keep on practicing. The more you practice, you figure out new things, you figure out new um, formulas, new ways in visualizing. But if you just like use just maybe the assignments and all, and then just let it just be, you will. It's a skill. You will lose it, even if you know how to. But then when you keep on practicing, you keep figuring out new things as time goes on. So that's just practice.
Okay, so data analytics has to do with a lot of numbers. So how do you communicate these data insights to people who cannot relate to this, to a non-technical audience?
Okay, so for me, what I'll say is for me, the when you're visualizing, don't make it too complicated. So when you visualize something, without if for someone that have no knowledge in data, just looking at that picture alone, they should be able to understand, okay, this and that. Then you cannot like beside it put in the insight of what you're trying to communicate to further like explain what this chart is all about. But then when you're using complicated charts for something that's meant to be like very, very simple, it gives in wrong wrong information and all. But then just communicate the lightest, simplest chart, and then your colors, because colors to speak numbers for visualizing. If you use something that is too bright, you might just lose the audience. But then when you use something very calm, not too shady, not too much, you're not drawing or not designing. So just make it very minimal. So that's how you
Okay,
communicate the
so
whole big numbers to, yeah.
so when you break it down in that manner, they'll be able to get an insight of what you're trying to portray.
Yeah.
Miss Chinwe, so how can beginners build a strong portfolio in cybersecurity? How can they harness their skills?
Okay. I once mentioned before that you need you need a platform to start with to learn, and you also need a mentor. If you don't have a mentor or a platform to start with, then you will actually misfire. So that's just the thing. That's just the thing. You actually need to start somewhere. You need to start with introduction to cybersecurity, cybersecurity basics. I
The
mentioned
basics.
networking basics, networking devices and initial configuration, cyber threat management, those basic things. So that's why I said you need a mentor. You need to start with a platform, or if you don't have a platform, you can look for a mentor, network with friends. Another thing, don't joke with LinkedIn. our executive director, where I train with, she drew our ears and said, "Don't joke with LinkedIn. You will see people that are starting, you will see people that are in the middle, you see people that are transiting, you will see people that are like you." So that's just it. That's just it. I don't know if I answered your question.
Yes, you have. Thank you so much for your response. Thank you all for being here with us. So we have some questions for YouTube from our students from YouTube. But before we delve into that, this has been a very, very serious discussion. It's been two upsides. This is supposed to be meet your mentors, so let's know some common basics about our mentors. So I suggest we play very sweet rapid fire role game. We'll start with Miss Chinwe. You'll be our first to play the game. So this is how it works. I give out a question really fast and you give us your answer right
Wow.
now. Okay. So are you ready?
Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. Miss Chinwe, so encryption or firewall? You are not fast.
Firewall.
The point
Both,
is you
both.
have to be fast. You have to be fast.
Encryption,
Okay.
encryption, encryption.
Encryption. What's the biggest
Yes.
cybersecurity myth you know?
You caught me on this one.
Okay, so let's pass. Okay, here's what we do to make it really fast. If you don't have an answer for us, just say pass. If you have an answer for us, you just say pass.
Do you off my data?
The answer for us, you just say pass, and we go on to the next question. So let's go to the next one.
Okay.
What's your go-to resource for learning?
Cisco, Infosec, Blue
Are you a night
Team,
owl or an early bird?
Night,
What's the most interesting cybersecurity breach you've studied?
CrowdStrike.
Okay, so thank you so much for participating in our fun game. At least we now know five interesting things about you and cybersecurity. So let's go to the next
Yeah.
person. Who will be our next person? Let's see. Miss NK. Miss NK, you are the next person. Can you hear me properly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so let's do a rapid roll. If you don't have an answer for us, oh shit, Nigeria has done it. Give me a second. But if you don't have an answer for us, you just say fast. Are you ready?
Okay.
What's your favorite color to work with?
Please can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Your favorite color to work with?
My favorite color is blue.
What's the most overrated design trend you know?
Overrated design trend.
Design trend. Can you hear me?
Yes, we stopped at the overrated trend, right? I said none.
Yes. None. Okay. Who's your dream client?
Yes, my dream client. I don't have any dream client.
Okay,
Okay.
while walking, coffee or tea?
You say what?
While walking, coffee or tea?
Why walking? I should do. Sorry. Your line is
While
actually
walking, do you
breaking. I
take
don't know if
coffee or tea?
or tea. None. I don't take any.
What's the first design tool you've ever used?
That's move to.
Okay, so thank you so much for entertaining us with your answers.
You're welcome.
Mr. Ikechukwu,
Yes.
can you guys hear me though? Okay, so
I
we
can
are
hear
going to
you.
play a rapid roll. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, first question. What's your favorite design color?
Navy blue.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I said navy blue.
Navy blue. What's the
Yeah.
most overrated design trend you know?
None.
Who's your dream client?
Apple.
Apple. Uncle, you
Yeah.
have big dreams. I second you. While working, soda or tea?
mm, T though, T.
What's the first design tool you ever used?
Which is the pick two, the pick two.
Pixel. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much for participating. And please, audience, please, everybody, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow, don't forget to share. Now, let's go and play with the last person. Chinwe, are you ready for us? Oh, Chinwe already did. Victory, are you ready for us, rather?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. What's your favorite data visualization tool?
That would be the line chart or the combo chart.
Excel or
The combo
Python?
chart is my favorite.
Excel or Python?
Excel.
What's the
Excel.
most surprising data you found?
One was it one hunger, so one hunger data on cargo data set. Something about
Go to
hunger.
snack during analysis. What's your go-to snack during analysis?
Ah, yeah, I prefer food though. I rather
She
eat.
say, ah. Are you a night owl or an early bird?
Night.
Okay, thank you all so much for participating in our rapid roll. Let's hand this over to Amarachi for a bit so she can take us through the questions, and you guys should be kind enough to please provide answers to these questions. Amarachi.
All right, thank you so much, ladies. I'm enjoying myself, laughing so loud here. I'm sure my neighbors are asking, is she mad or something? But thank you so much, lady. It was awesome meeting you all. All right, we have some questions here from your under. Please, the audience watching us, please keep your questions coming in. I'm going to be reading them out now for our facilitators to answer. The first question here is from Nike Nelson. And she asked, so this question is to Victory. What does data analysis actually entail?
The simplest format I can give that answer is data analysis. It's broad, yeah, but then generally everything means just bringing down, like creating, giving insights to data. That's like the simplest format I can give it. Visualizing the data and then explaining it with visuals, explaining all the whole data set in visual format for people to understand what is going on in that data set.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. Nikki, I hope that answered your question. All right, next question I have here is actually for us all. I think any of us can actually pick this question. One of our stakeholders have actually given his answer to an answer to this question, but I just want to read it out so we actually get to hear it and possibly one of us answer. So someone asks, that is Madugwe Faith. She asks, she said, I have a few questions. One, which tech field is more difficult? Which tech field is more difficult? Cybersecurity. Oh yeah, is that the answer? Victory is your own the most difficult one. Which one is? So what's the answer?
I,
Have
I
you
think I'll
run
pass it
Dora
to
in web
cybersecurity.
developer before? Have It you run depends who Aero did in web answer
Wait,
you. developer
Victory,
before?
you're saying cybersecurity.
I said I'll pass it to cybersecurity. Then the web develop. Everybody has different branches.
Okay.
No,
My
Yeah. It
opinion is
depends on your
everybody would say theirs
definition.
is difficult because everybody is not having it easy. It's not always roses and gold.
Yeah.
Imagine,
It's
okay,
still
imagine having a
it's still
creative block when you are designing. That is a problem, a huge problem that most people don't even overcome. Imagine
yes.
running an error or trying to debug when you are developing.
Your head is
Your mind no go
scatter.
touch ground.
You know your story now. You
Your
know your
mind
story.
no go touch
You know
ground.
your
Imagine
story.
dealing imagine doing, let's say, during cybersecurity, imagine getting infiltrated, your system is getting infiltrated and you're trying to block out that person. Your mind still not go touch ground. So it depends. There are a lot of problems, and so it's you can't point out one that this is the most difficult because you don't really know the challenges that course is going through or whoever is in venturing into that has to face. So I think everything there is nothing that is not difficult. They are all difficult. Just depends on who is doing it and how you are going about it. Basically, that's my own point of view, though.
I agree. Funny enough, Victory says cybersecurity, but last week or last 2 weeks, Precious told us UI UX. So
Yes.
that shows that
Have you run
she for
design block
cybersecurity
before? Your
person
mind not go
explain
touch
UI
ground.
UX. So generally, ladies, to sum it up, choose your heart.
But
Okay, everything, every
yeah,
one of them is. Go
yes,
ahead.
sorry. I feel it depends on your definition of hard. Okay? If you are
Hmm?
passionate about
Okay.
something, if you are passionate about something, it might be hard to other people, but it will be hard to you, but the passion will really make it that obvious that is hard. So personally, I wanted to point out at the programmers that that part is hard. Programming is hard. So
You,
I think it's still your definition of hard, of the person's hard. And the person that is talking
yeah,
about something being lucrative, tech tech as a whole is lucrative.
actually, that's
So
the
let's not
second
use because
question.
of
So our second question is, which is most lucrative financially?
financially, all is lucrative. Let's not in a bid of
My
we are
dear,
looking for
don't just
something
look for
lucrative.
Nigerian companies. Every of them will be lucrative to you.
Yeah.
Fact. Don't look for it. Just need a remote job. Everything will be lucrative. If you like be doing painting on the wall, it's going to be very lucrative for you.
Okay, that's funny. And the third one is saying, which is the simplest? Ladies, do we
I
think
think we
any
already
of this is
answered that.
simple? Mm-hmm.
I think we
Mm-hmm.
already answered
All right.
that.
So generally, like Miss Toby said, choose your heart. So Miss Toby actually answered the question. He said, Faith, a friend of mine says you must choose your heart. The harder anything is, the less people there are in it, and the more money there is to make. So that's a take home.
And now,
All right, thank you so
now the tech is
much.
saturated, so you choose your own hard. Choose
That's
your
it. All
poison,
right.
whichever poison.
See? All right, ladies, keep your question coming in. We are about rounding up. Okay, there's another question that says, "What I think this is for you, Victory. What platforms do one get to practice with as an analyst?"
okay. So we have like my favorite. That's cargo data set to download the different type of data set. We have sales, car, football, health. So it does depend on you. When you go to cargo data set, you download it, then figure out the cleaning. You practice with it. It might not be perfect though, but at least when you're practicing, you keep building up. That's how it worked for me. So I feel like yeah.
Okay. All right, I think that is it. Agnes, Dominic, I hope that answered your question. And to all our participants, to everyone here, to all watching us, we say thank you so much to all the people commenting. Nick and Nelson, I see you. Thank you so much. Damilola Gunkola, thank you. Miss Toby, thank you. Madam Chinyere, Miss Stephanie. Thank you so much, everyone. We really appreciate your presence here. Abigail, Amisa, thank you so much. Ladies, remember, I asked first five people, drop your name, drop your path, and we are going to reach out to you. So that's going to be it from my part. Peace, Doma. I hand it over back to you to conclude. Thank you.
Okay,
And
thank you
before I
so much,
leave, sorry, before I leave, this is again me saying this. We've been on this for weeks. Your accountability group, take it serious. Your visibility group, we made a visibility post on Friday. These are things you need to like key into. Visibility post on Friday was to share what you're learning, share your journey, right? This is something we have to do, every one of us. I see people doing it, but please, if you have not started, this is yet another call to action. Take your accountability group serious, get to connect, get to interact, get to network with the people in your group. You guys will share ideas together. Get to now share your journey on LinkedIn and your social medias. You don't know who is watching. I've said it before. I've been saying it since we started this program. I know a lot of people that got job because of what they were posting. Share. You might not post your face, fine. You might not post your videos, fine. Post what you are doing. Let people see your story. This is me saying this again, and thank you so much, everybody, for being here with us. Please, I hand it over back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Amarachi, for taking out the time to be here and also for handling that section, the question and answer section. Please, if you still have any more questions, you can always reach out to us. We'll make sure you all your questions get answered and attended to. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with us and for sharing your insights and your experiences with us thus far. I'm pretty sure a lot of people and a lot of us have learned a lot from whatever we have said. Viewers, thank you all for tuning in to our Meet Your Mentor show. This happens on Saturdays, and we are still Girls in Tech Nigeria. Thank you guys for being with us, and do have a lovely and amazing night. Good night.